It's the 5th of July, 2004. It is the Great North American Raw.
And that is because we are in the Winnipeg Arena. Take a hard guess where the Winnipeg Arena is, us.
Manitoba, Canada.
Ooh, that's a great guess, and that is accurate. That is exactly where we are tonight. And as we open Monday Night Raw, King and JR sent us to a .com exclusive after the fight last week between International Allied Assassins and Face during the championship match where we crowned new tag team champions in Tommy Dreamer and Billy Gunn. Steven Richards walks into the locker room of the IAEA asking for a chance to take out Dreamer. And not only does William Regal accept his offer, but he welcomes him into the group as the newest member of the Assassins.
That's cool.
He says he has a plan to settle this beef with Face once and for all before getting up and leaving and saying he needs to go talk to Eric. So, fast forward to tonight. Raw opens up good and proper with the IAEA in full force in the ring, Eric Bischoff included. Regal says he is sick and tired of dealing with Face, saying that for months, ever since they formed as a group, they have been an unrelenting thorn in their collective sides, no matter what collective members they bring in or what members they themselves take out. Regal says it's time that this comes to an end, and he wants Face to come out because he wants to, say it to the face.
Mm-hmm. Face to face.
Face to face. Face come out with their fresh, new, shiny, shined up tag team titles with their names on it. Crowd, of course, loses their mind. And Tori Wilson also comes out with them to even out the power dynamic that both these groups have.
Sure.
Regal says...
Well, and she's a perennial babyface anyway.
Exactly.
Easy peasy.
Natural toss in there. Regal says it has to end. It will end with all of us taking out all of you in one match. At war to settle the score in Washington, D.C., it'll be the losing team disbands. 2 rings, 1 night, 1 match, 1 word. War Games! Crowd collectively loses their minds.
Of course, yeah.
We go to commercial.
And because the fact is that in the timeline, there was... So, in the true timeline, the original timeline,
reality.
not my remixed version, but there hasn't been a true original recipe War Game since 1999.
Yeah.
Because in 2000 they did the War Games 2000, which is the
whole different thing.
The Ready to Rumble stack cage. Which is cool. Don't get me wrong. I think that was an interesting concept.
It was an interesting effort, but I do distinctly remember that match not being
No.
good.
Oh yeah. Definitely bad. I just mean the design of cages.
Okay, just the idea of it.
Yeah, the idea of the cages, especially having the ladder portion.
Yeah.
In the third cage, it's like, okay, well, that's something.
It was a fascinating watch. I know me personally, I would have never been able to do that.
Oh, I don't think they should have done it.
Nah, terrible idea.
Realistically, but I'm just saying, this is bigger than just an annual event at Survivor Series.
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
Or Fall Brawl, for that matter.
Absolutely. And considering we're doing this on Rails TV, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it makes it just that little bit bigger. But so we come back from commercial. Obviously, a little bit of housekeeping. So Eric and Tori are backstage. Ironically, in agreement on this match. Eric obviously is in agreement because it was Regal's idea. And Tori's in agreement because ratings. Ratings are good. And that is her whole job as the general manager, is to get good ratings.
Who will balance things out on the face side of things? Because doesn't IAEA have more guys?
I'm so glad you brought that up. So let's go ahead and take care of this housekeeping. So, Eric and Tori both make the match official, obviously, stating that Face will need a 6-man to fully round out the teams.
Cool.
And they will need to decide that by next week's Raw. Yeah.
Well, they're good at making friends. 7 days ain't too bad.
Yeah, I'm about to say. I feel like they've shown they can like pick up some bodies pretty easily.
There you go. Also lose them pretty quick. But
Yeah, I mean,
give and take.
Yeah, I'll say easy come, easy go. Such is life. But every member will be in, so this will be an intergender. I think it's the correct term. Yeah, intergender. It will be all men, all women. Everybody can hit everybody because obviously no disqualification.
Well, yeah.
So, to determine who's getting the man advantage, which is essential in war games, there is going to be there's going to be 3 singles matches, with each team deciding what participants they want to compete. This will be happening at No Mercy. So, each team will determine who they want in the match for each of the singles matches. Best 2 out of 3 gets the man advantage in 2 weeks.
Very cool.
Also, another housekeeping thing. If Face loses, they will be stripped of the tag team championships, and there will be a tournament to determine who the next tag team champions will be.
Seems reasonable.
I'm about to say it makes sense. I'm about to say if your group disbands, kind of doesn't make sense for you, keep the tag titles.
Correct.
A little ridiculous.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I guess the alternative option was that you could have had them on the line in the match.
also true, but then what 2 members would have gotten it?
Yeah, exactly. I didn't say that it's a foolproof plan.
Yeah,
I'm just saying it's an alternative.
That was the alternative option. Yeah. I'm about to say I could have them like super freebirded, but freebirding with 19 members kind of seems insane. So,
for sure.
Kind of determined stripping it was probably 0 of the 9 options I had. War games now hanging heavy in the air. Time to get to some actual matches. We have Chris Jericho going 1-on-1 with local competitor number 6. About to say, new fresh face to the game, of course. After Jericho wins with the Walls of Jericho, making quick work out of this young man. Huge future, I'm sure. Jericho grabs the microphone and says they were robbed of the tag championships last week, and that he gives everyone his word that they will get those titles back, but just so there's a little bit more gold for Christian Cage to look at once he's back from injury. I will also make sure that I take the United States Championship from Charlie Haas and present it to Christian Cage upon his return. So Charlie Haas, at No Mercy, I'm calling you out. Victoria and Ivory, former Black Widow Alliance. I guess they're still technically the Black Widow Alliance, but it's different without Jackie around.
Mm-hmm. Team Black Widow.
Team Black Widow. Actually, that works. We can still make that work.
Yeah.
That just sounds like a wrestling promotion.
It does, yeah. TBW
Black Widow Wrestling, baby.
Yes.
But yes, Victoria and Ivory take out a couple jobbers. Just something to get them on the show. Kurt informs Stacy and Jackie that they both have a triple threat match with Lita at No Mercy for the world title. After he tells them that, he says, I expect one of you to win. I don't care which one.
I wonder where you got that idea from.
I don't know, man, but it was a great idea. Genius gave it to me, clearly. After Kurt walks out of the locker room, both of them kind of stare at each other. Tensions arise.
Yeah.
We have Kenzo Suzuki with Hirohiko. I'm working on my pronunciation today, but I'm also tired. Going 1-on-1 with Rico. Of course, accompanied by Rob Conway. Kenzo obviously wins with his leg lariat that I will get the name of, but again, busy day today. So
Rough Rider.
Rough Rider. Honestly, again, I'm literally just going to look up Rough Rider in Japanese, and that might be what it is.
Make it happen.
If I can pronounce it, because I'm not 100% confident in my pronunciations. So, we have the undisputed champion, Eddie Guerrero, coming out and saying, in light of the decision he's made on SmackDown to defend the championship, he also wants to extend that same courtesy to Monday Night Raw as well. And says he would like to open up an open challenge for the undisputed championship at No Mercy to whoever comes out next. Points to the stage, waits patiently, and no one comes out because everyone's scared of Eddie Guerrero. Makes perfect sense. And that's when One of a Kind hits.
Okay.
And out comes Rob Van Dam. Rob comes out, accepts the challenge, obviously. The two shakes hands in the segment. We got a big title match for No Mercy.
Do you know what comes to my mind?
Immediately? Yeah, let me hear it.
So it's a piece of gold. Let's see if that helps you put the pieces together.
Say I'm tired, go ahead and just don't.
ECW Television Championship.
Ah, yes.
Eddie Guerrero, former champion. Rob Van Dam, longest reigning champion.
Shoot, honestly, the man most synonymous with the television title.
Absolutely, 100%.
Quite easily.
Yeah, no, I love the fact that without having ECW live, we always seem to be able to call back to the
classic moments.
absolutely.
I'm about to say all I need is a Jerry Lynn, and I think we'll be there. And a Terry Funk, but
Nothing wrong with the Jerry Lynn. I'm pro Jerry Lynn all day.
all day, all night. Shoot.
Yeah. So the main event to me is the most Great American Bash that this show can be.
Yeah, and this is two great Americans in this main event because it is The Undertaker versus Kurt Angle. And nonetheless, the Evolve title is on the line in a submission match. And the story of this match is The Undertaker does not have any submissions. So he's using traditional wrestling holds, stuff you would learn, starting out training, because that's all he has. So he's getting them in the tight headlocks, putting them in like arm wrinkles. At one point, Taker's able to trap Angle in a Fujiwara armbar. Something like that's simple but effective because he doesn't have the complicated submissions that a wrestler like Kurt Angle does. And ultimately, Taker wrestling out of his comfort zone is what cost him the victory here. Goes for another Fujiwara armbar. Kurt is able to roll out and snatch the ankle of The Undertaker and wrench. And even a dead man needs to walk. So,
yeah, one of his theme songs even said that.
Yeah, dead man is walking.
Yes.
Multiple times, pretty much the whole match, obviously Kurt is going for the ankle lock. That's his go-to submission. But Taker, tough SOB that he is, refuses to tap. Crawls to the rope.
Many people have said that the No Way Out Kurt Angle Undertaker match could have been an all-time great WrestleMania match had they waited a month.
I want to say, Vince is notorious for one thing, though, is patience is not it.
Yes, that's correct. Patience, yeah, that's true.
Definitely not it. But yes, I do remember that No Way Out. And honestly, probably one of my favorite Undertaker matches that isn't the obvious Shawn Michaels match.
Sure.
But it's...
Well, it's funny when you were talking about Undertaker being in a submission match, I was going over the Rolodex of my mind and thinking, who has he wrestled in the past that he could borrow from?
Yeah.
Like, I can't imagine. I was going to say, I can't imagine him doing a sharpshooter. Right. That would feel weird.
Yeah.
And then I'd go
look out of place for sure, especially Dead Man Taker.
Yeah, I was going to say, I was thinking about him wrestling Ric Flair, but I was like, can I imagine?
Figure four is even weirder.
I was going to say, can I imagine him doing the figure four? Not really.
Nah.
And then, so I'm thinking, okay, I'm sure he had to have learned the $1 Million Dream from his original team with Ted DiBiase at Survivor Series.
Well, I mean, Cobra Colors ain't that complicated to move to strap on.
Yeah, and so I was like, maybe that could have been something you break out in the match. But yeah, I can totally understand how it is that Kurt Angle gets strapped up when The Undertaker's not in his elements.
I'm about to say far out of it. Kurt rips a turnbuckle pad off. Taker's standing up to go for old school. Kurt trips the leg, and Taker falls right on to the exposed turnbuckle, knocking himself out. Kurt takes the opportunity, drags him into the middle of the ring, grapevines the ankle, and obviously, since The Undertaker is unconscious, he doesn't tap out, but he is submitted.
Yes.
In order for Kurt Angle to become the Evolve champion.
Beautiful. Thank you for being here at Mr. Super Oz. This video is going out, and this channel only exists because I, Oz, founded Gamble Comics, which first release was Everlasting Survivors, a 68-page graphic novel called All Day Long. Available now. Follow the link in the description that will take you to gamblecomics.com. While there, you can get hats, shirts, posters, much, much more. But most importantly, the story itself. Love that.
That's going down on SmackDown.
So we are in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada.
Ah, you're in Canada too.
At the Winnipeg Arena. It is...
Oh, we stayed in the same place?
Yep. It probably was filmed the same night too, knowing Vinnie Mac.
Hey, honestly, not a bad decision.
Yes, Thursday night. SmackDown, July the 8th, 2004. The show opens with Lance Storm versus Gene Ole Densmore for AEW Television Championship. Even though Gene does not currently have his physical championship, as the match plays out, the Television Championship is...
Oh, that's right, he doesn't have the belt, I forgot.
Yes. It is brought to ringside by Evan Weiss. And this leads to Gene no longer caring about Storm and going after Weiss and his title. As the referee is counting Gene out of the ring, Densmore As the referee is counting Gene out, and the referee gets to 10, Evan hits Dinsmore with the title. The crowd and Lance are irritated with the fact that Storm didn't win the title because Gene got himself counted out, and it's frustrating for this Canadian crowd to see Lance Storm, I'm going to say, cheated. Yeah, I was going to say suffering of this nonsense. But as the crowd is sympathetic toward Storm, Matt Cappotelli comes out. And since he was hit by the title last week by Evan Weiss himself, he can fully understand feeling cheated like Lance Storm and what Gene Ole Dinsmore is feeling from getting struck by the title.
Exactly. It's truly a heartbreaking experience for all involved.
So this leads directly into the next match as
You're good.
Matt Cappotelli and Evan Weiss are in the ring, and the crowd is firmly against Weiss as they feel that he took something from their hometown hero.
Exactly.
So after a good back and forth between Matt and Evan, Dinsmore enters the ring with his championship and blasts Weiss, leading to a disqualification.
As you do.
Security pulls Gene off of Evan, but he, at this point, is just laughing it up. He finds this whole thing to be entertaining.
Interesting.
And Evan Weiss looks at Gene Ole Dinsmore and says, next week, I'm beating you for that championship, and it will actually be mine. And because, not every week is it announced who is challenging for the television title, but every
it's
week...
actually rare than not.
Exactly, I was going to say, but every week it is defended, so this time we're actually giving a heads up. With 2 back-to-back screwy finishes, the crowd is getting pretty frustrated, so out comes Federacion, and they get cheered. Crowd loves and supports Sylvain and Dupree, the fast-paced champion, because
which one of them are Canadian again? Is it Dupree?
Technically they both are, but
right.
storyline, I think Dupree's French and Sylvain is Canadian.
Got it.
But in reality, they're both Canadian.
Oh, yeah, right. I forgot he's French Canadian. Yeah, okay.
And so at this point, I just dropped from the whole banner the thing anyway. I just have the Canadian flag and not the French flag.
Yeah, it saves time. It makes sense.
And with it being in Canada, it just makes perfect sense for that to be the
flows
case.
Perfectly with the story.
So Nunzio and Heidenreich are with the guys that the Canadians love, and by proxy they get cheered as well.
I was about to say.
So Nunzio...
Listen, proximity cheers are just as good as any other one.
Absolutely. So Nunzio, Sylvain, and Heidenreich are taking on the Masters of Discipline. As the match goes on, Kung Funaki gets frustrated and walks out on Muay Thai Gang and Aikido Sakota. Sylvain goes for the pin on Yang, but Sakota breaks it up. Yang is able to tag in, and Mr. Aikido quickly gets his head taken off by Heidenreich, who then tags in Nunzio, who gets the win for the Canadians to,
yeah, I can totally
cheer and love. And
yeah, I can totally picture Nunzio just going, tag me, and then just pinning immediately.
Exactly. Because Heidenreich actually had it all at hand.
Yeah, I'm about to say closed up. But that's all good. You gotta let your partner feel good sometimes.
Yeah. And I think that's one of the greatest parts of having Nunzio in the show is he just brings a different energy.
Yes.
Dupree steps into the ring and speaks French, and the crowd continues to show love.
Yes.
This in-ring promo is interrupted by Booker T, who gets booed heavily by the Canadian people. Booker talks about his misplaced arrogance with the best first generation.
The classics.
How that the group of Kevin Nash, Scott Steiner, and himself, and later Lance Storm, the crowd pops. Booker pauses and lets them get it all out. He says how that group, it really took him to a dark place. Somewhere he doesn't really want to be. He knows that he's better than he let his ego allow him to
grow to.
Exactly. Federacion is completely uninterested in what Booker is saying, and all 4 guys jump and beat him down.
As I would.
The crowd cheers for the heels because of the Canadian...
It's bizarre world, Michael.
Yes, exactly. As Booker is getting jumped, he has backup. Well, and by backup I mean you hear "Stand back."
There's a hurricane coming through.
Correct. The villains in the real world, they depart the ring as the heroes stand at the ready. Because, Saren Moore, Toa Reigns, Hurricane, and Booker T.
Proven good. Well, everybody but Booker T. Proven good guy in this scenario.
Well, and
Booker's growing.
The thing about Koinonis is they tend not to hold a grudge.
Mm-hmm.
And
famously shown when they helped out Jamie Noble, who also famously screwed him over.
Correct. So, Booker is showing his gratitude to all the people that had his back. He shakes all their hands and he
kisses all the babies.
Well, he heads toward the back,
mm-hmm.
and Jamie Noble meets him at the stage.
Right?
Yeah. And he says that he wants it to be you and me one-on-one next week. Booker, on his path of redemption, he looks him dead in the eyes and he says, "Yeah, let's do it." So we cut to commercial. We come back and we see that Koinonis is still in the ring, except Helms, Intercontinental Champion, and Reigns are getting out of the ring because Saren Moore stays in the ring to wrestle Mr. Weiss.
Okay.
So the former Luther Reigns in the real timeline, he comes out still in his suit because that's his gimmick. He's like Mr. Hughes in that way.
So, out of curiosity, because I always wondered this when I was watching Low Key when he was doing his Hitman gimmick. I know you've done it.
Yep.
How hard is it to wrestle in a suit?
I'll be real, it wasn't... I think the weird thing was wearing dress shoes. It wasn't so much the suit because, it was made for me, so,
So it fit. It kind of wasn't a big deal.
But I was wearing dress shoes instead of wrestling boots, and that part was particularly strange.
Got you. Valuable insight.
So,
super awesome.
So Luther, formerly Horseshoe Reigns, but now Mr. Weiss, he is able to dominate Saren Moore. And we all know Shannon Moore. He's able to bump his behind off.
Big time.
And make...
I think that's why he had a job for as long as he did.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Well, and the thing is, he grew up being friends with Jeff Hardy. He grew up with...
I forgot he's from North Carolina.
Yes, he grew up with Matt Hardy and all of the crew down there, and so he was the youngest of the bunch.
Yeah.
And
run of the litter, if you will.
Runs of the litter, I like that. But yeah, so Mr. Weiss, he wins, but he's a little too happy to continue the beatdown. So Toa Reigns has to get in there and go eye to eye with the big man, while Hurricane checks on Saren Moore. And Mr. Weiss does walk off because he doesn't want anything to do with the big man.
Don't want none of those problems right now.
Yes. So Taz and Michael Cole talk about Eddie Guerrero and how that he said every week he will defend his championship, and tonight's challenger has had a hard time getting to the arena. They throw to footage that was filmed earlier tonight where Chavo Guerrero and Rey Mysterio are struggling to get Edge to the arena. Because Edge says that his friends from Canada, Sexton Hardcastle and Damon Stryker,
the legends,
they had the sickest house party. Again, you got to remember this guy got his brain scrambled at Bash the Beach, and so he's seeing some ghosts from Edge's past, if you will. The package ends saying, up next, Edge takes on Eddie Guerrero for the Undisputed Championship.
Taz and Michael Cole also say, regardless of who wins this match, whoever is the Undisputed Champion will still defend at No Mercy on Sunday.
Against Rob Van Dam.
Against Rob Van Dam.
I mean, and who wouldn't want to watch either of those matches, so...
My thoughts, exactly. But let's find out which man will be doing the work.
Yes.
I don't know. Judging from the state Edge is in, I could probably take a guess.
So, obviously, it is an amazing contest because Latino Heat taking on the, rated R superstar, or soon to be rated R superstar.
I'm about to say he's got a year?
Something like that, yep. But Eddie does retain, but after the match, that's when Rey Mysterio, Chavo, Edge, and Eddie, they all embrace. Eddie, post-match, he says to Chavo, He says, as long as everything goes right this Sunday, next week, you and me for this title in Providence.
Rhode Island.
And so, while I can't speak for Rob Van Dam, if if he comes out on top at No Mercy, I know that Eddie is ready, willing, and Gable to defend the title against Chavo.
Well, let's find out what goes down at No Mercy. I'm on the whole wrong date. There we go. So, 7-Eleven. No, not the gas station. 2004 at the Continental Airlines Arena in East Rutherford, New Jersey. We opened the contest with your undisputed championship match, Eddie Guerrero versus Rob Van Dam. Crowd is losing their mind. They did not expect this until the main event. But Eddie Guerrero, the fighting champion, he wanted to put on a show as soon as possible. He wanted to, as he walks through Gorilla, he literally tells everyone, follow this. And heads out to the ring.
It's challenging.
Yeah.
Regardless, it's challenging. That's it. That's the facts.
Yes. Top-notch match between two top-notch athletes. Unfortunately, this top-notch match does not have a top-notch finish, odds. And the reason for that is because Steven Richards and Carlito of the IAEA caused the disqualification by attacking Rob Van Dam. So, Van Dam does win the match, but doesn't win the championship. After the disqualification, they attack both of them attack Rob with chairs, and Eddie Guerrero grabs his own chair to run them off.
Yep, make the save.
Tommy and Billy come out after the match as well to double down and help with the save, with Eddie helping Rob to the back.
Love it.
So, since Tommy and Billy are already out there, Steven Richards and Carlito are already out there, we got our first representatives for the singles match. It will be Steven Richards going one-on-one with Tommy Dreamer in the first match to determine the man advantage in War Games in technically 2 weeks, 2 Raws from now. These two gentlemen have a little bit more of an intense match now. This is no longer a friend versus a betrayed friend. This is two hardened enemies going full force at each other. However, the thing that makes the difference here is the seconds of the two respective men.
Sure.
With Carlito being an experienced cheater, having spent so much time with Regal and Tajiri. So, Carlito is able to spit the apple in the face of Dreamer, distracting him long enough to eat a Stevie kick.
Well, and here's the other thing. Even if he hadn't spent time with Regal, he grew up in Puerto Rico, and it's known for being a
notorious.
I'm gonna say a struggle to get through.
Yeah, just a smidge. So basically, Carlito's a veteran at this. Is basically what I'm trying to say.
Yes, sir.
But it is a Stevie kick. 1, 2, 3. Steven Richards first win as an assassin. Big moment for him. He's already proven his worth to the team. It is 1-0 Hills. Steven Richards has already proven his worth early in the con. Next up, breaking up the sequence, we have Lita versus Stacy versus Jackie Gata in AEW Women's World Championship with Kurt Angle himself on commentary.
That's cool. That guy's got a lot to give.
Got a lot to give in this world. Kurt comes to lay his knowledge down after spending the first 5 minutes of the match talking about how he easily tapped out The Undertaker with little to no effort. That is why he is the American hero. And Eddie Guerrero better fear for his championship, because this right here, this Evolve Championship, means that I'm hot on his heels. Sorry, let me correct that. Hot on his ankle.
That's good.
Thank you. That's what Kurt's saying on commentary. What's happening in the match is Stacy and Jackie are surprisingly working well together against probably the most dominant women's champion in the history of AEW.
I mean, there's only one other option, I feel like, as far as to make an argument, but I think if we haven't already gotten there, then soon it won't be in dispute.
Yes, I agree. 100%. But there are multiple moments, where they surprise Lita with the double team moves, including a tag team maneuver from their boys, the leapfrog. Jackie able to leap over Stacy to nail the leapfrog onto Lita. However, the problem comes once Stacy hits the roundhouse kick and goes for the pin, and Jackie pulls her off. And there's a little bit of tension. Of course, Lita gets up, kicks Stacy out the way. Jackie rolls her up, and then Stacy breaks up the pin. And then it's like, and you even verbally hear Kurt on commentary. Yeah, that's not what I wanted. Nah, I just wanted them to win. I didn't think they were gonna do that. So they start pushing each other back and forth, and eventually it all breaks down and they start brawling on the canvas. Stacy doing a surprisingly great technique on her double leg takedown. You can tell she's really been getting the mat work in with, Olympic wrestler. Haas and Benjamin, obviously, just two amazing collegiate athletes in their own regard.
And they've grown so much in their time.
With Angle.
Yep.
So, naturally, Stacy spending, I think since the beginning of AEW, like almost...
Well, since the beginning of... Yeah, she's been with Kurt since the launch.
Yeah.
And they've been with her since they arrived.
Exactly.
Haas and Benjamin, I mean.
I'm about to say, so we're looking at easily 2 years, going on 3 probably.
Yep.
At this point of just learning.
Yes.
So, basically, all this to say, this comes to the forefront, and she takes all this out on Jackie, unfortunately, which is her teammate.
Yeah.
And that gives plenty of time, because once Stacy is able to hit a beautifully executed angle slam on Jackie and go for the cover, Lita nails a moonsault on top of Stacy while she's pinning.
Yeah.
And then Lita just stacks and packs both of them.
There you go.
Lita retaining her world championship. Kurt, a little disappointed. You can hear a little bit of pride in his voice for how well they did, but a little disappointed that the teamwork broke down right when it mattered most.
Yep.
But Kurt Angle is not going anywhere, because it is Chris Jericho coming out with Kane versus Charlie Haas, who is going dolo, because Jackie and Stacy both just had a match.
Of course.
So Haas is on his own, but Kurt Angle is still on commentary.
Yep.
Because he has full confidence in his boy Charlie Haas to win this match, though, Kurt not worried in the least. Goes back to talking trash about Eddie Guerrero. Eddie Guerrero's in the back, worrying about Rob Van Dam. What he needs to be worrying about is your Olympic hero, Kurt Angle. Tells him that no matter what's going on, once he evolves this championship into the Undisputed Championship, no one will be able to stop Team Angle. No one in the world. We'll get the women's title. Charlie Haas is going to retain this U.S. title. We'll somehow get the tag titles. I don't know how we'll do it, but we'll figure it out. And then once we completely take over,
Kurt himself has held 2 titles in the past at one time. So
I'm about to say it ain't done.
It can't be. It doesn't have to be it doesn't have to be Haas and Benjamin. It can be Kurt and somebody.
I'm about to say it could be Kurt and Air for all Kurt cares.
Exactly. I mean, there was a period of time when him and Samoa Joe were saying, "I am the tag team champions."
I'm the tag champions. But regardless, Kurt knows once they completely dominate Raw, hell, we might get bored. We might go over to SmackDown, take all their championships.
They've been there. They've been there once before.
I'm about to say they had one match and they are undefeated on SmackDown.
True.
Since AEW
came in. I forgot about that.
It's a great match between Jericho and Haas.
How can it not be?
Yeah, about
Jericho and Charlie Haas. If you make this a submission match, we could do that.
Actually, this is an ultimate submission match, and it probably would have worked well.
Oh my goodness.
Obviously, there is a point in time where Kane tries to cheat. However, surprisingly for the entire audience, Shelton Benjamin comes out to cut off Kane's interference.
Nice.
Throwing Kane into the steel steps and then over the barricade. Jericho just slaps him in the face.
Cool. That's fine.
So, Shelton gets mad and gets into the ring and throws a super kick. It's distracted by Kane or something.
Sure, yeah.
He's out the way. What's the point of that? And he accidentally nails Charlie Haas by mistake. Jericho throws Benjamin out of the ring, covers Haas, but the referee is still distracted because Jackie Gaddett comes out to once again distract the referee after he finishes trying to get Kane's whatever. Point being, though, Jackie was able to cover for a man at the nick of time, but the visual 3 was seen by the audience and counted.
Right.
Beat him at least 4 or 5 times over. But it is long enough for Haas to recover once the referee slides back in, 1-2 kick out. A little bit of back and forth ensues. Jericho tries to go for the rolls. Haas's legs are too strong for him, throws him off. And then Charlie's able to get a backslide, 1-2-3, to retain the United States Championship.
I think that could be one of his greatest victories in the history of his
career so far. Yeah, easily.
That and Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, yes, that's right. I forgot I had him beat Brock Lesnar. I'm a genius. We're definitely biggest of his title reign.
Yep.
At this point in time, with a lot of odds he had to overcome too.
For sure.
As he is walking out with the title, he pushes Shelton, and then Shelton, of course, pushes him back. So finally, Kurt's like, okay, let me grab this Evolve title. I got to break this up. And that does it for this segment.
Cool.
We have Linda Miles coming out to represent the IAEA with Gail Kim, going one-on-one with Nydia, coming out with Molly Holly.
It's an all tough enough affair.
All right, I'm a super speed pass this one. So, it's a fun little match between these two. This is probably the shortest match on the show. But the important bit is that Nydia is able to stagger Linda Miles with a headbutt. Surprisingly reminiscent of a headstrong individual, if you will.
I like that. Calling back to the old days.
Immediately rolls her up with a small package to even the score. 1-1. Face is on the board, which means this next match is for all the marbles. It is Tajiri with William Regal versus Scotty 2 Hotty coming out with Tommy Dreamer. This is a great match between former almost Grand Slam champion and Scotty 2 Hotty. He's held every belt aside from the Evolve title on the Raw end, and obviously the Undisputed title. And Tajiri, while successful, has not found that championship goal that he's been looking for since he came to Raw. But defeating Face and getting them out of the way is an important first step into him getting in that regard in his mind.
Yes.
And Tajiri, despite many opportunities to do so, doesn't use the miss, doesn't cheat, keeps it pretty much straight up with the match.
It's almost like this is a special match.
Yeah.
What do you think that he might be getting called here tonight?
Oh, I believe the announcer called him Yoshihiro Tajiri.
There you go.
Tajiri going 110 in this match. Scotty surprisingly keeping up with him, but Tajiri's striking is too much. As Scotty's going for the worm, Tajiri kicks up and nails him with a buzzsaw kick for the 1-2-3. It is 2-1 heel advantage. International Allied Assassins will have the War Games advantage in 2 weeks' time.
Love it.
And now, last but not least, the main event of the evening. I will retroactively say that on Raw we had promo packages leading up to this because I didn't have them on Raw. But it is Triple H versus Shawn Michaels versus Randy Orton to determine who will get the SummerSlam main event.
Yes.
Against whoever is the undisputed champion, because Eddie Guerrero's just
lunatic,
giving out title shots willy-nilly.
Yes.
But regardless, whoever the man is holding the undisputed championship at the end of the day, they will defend against one of these three men. Let's find out who.
Well, and yes, Raw may not have had a hype package, but Mick Foley made it blatantly, obviously clear why this match is happening.
Yes.
So
absolutely. So the people know. But the important part of this match, because I'm just going to skip to the finish, Triple H steals the pin from Randy Orton. After Randy Orton hits him, so throughout the match, Orton's back was worked on. So when he finally hits an RKO, he is selling the agony of his back. And as he's doing that, Triple H slides in and takes the 1-2-3. As Orton turns around to go for the pin, the 3 count registers, and he's sitting eye to eye with Triple H. And is in this moment, Triple H is the, I would say, number 1 contender.
Yes, sir.
For the Undisputed Championship.
SummerSlam is going to be hot.